Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be if I leave tonight?
Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you and kind of show you what happened last week, this past week. Oh my gosh. Part of the time vacation, part of the time we got home. And so I split the spending and I will show you both. The first half will be about the weekly check-in, and then the second half will be of this video will be me showing you what we spent, everything from food, gas, activity, and the hotel spending for our family of 4 adults. And yeah, let's just get into the numbers. Okay, as you see here, I have my budget for the week 3 of my weekly check-in, grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, and unbudgeted. I keep these categories a close eye on these, and that's what I put here in my weekly check-in, but I also kind of track in other places 2 more categories. One is copay and one is gas. So that's totally separate. Those don't vary very much. They're kind of fixed as far as our day-to-day life, so I kind of can guess that really well. But these are the ones I have trouble paying attention to, and I overspend a lot. I really need to rediscipline myself on my categories. I just keep increasing my budget instead of disciplining myself, and I've noticed that a lot lately. I like to spend without thinking as far as what we need in groceries and household and stuff like that. So I kind of want to find a way to kind of fine-tune that a little bit better. So here we go. Here is my spending for week 3. You're going to see one thing here on the 15th, and then we drove back on Monday the 17th. So all these days say vacation days. We actually drove out of town here, but I didn't have enough vacation day stickers, so I just put a no spend sticker there. I'm doing a no spend again today on this Thursday. It's a good day for me to do a no spend. If I happen to have to spend just because I forgot or I needed something last minute, I'll put it on Friday's budget. It's not that big a deal. I don't count no spends as a motivator to stay in control because they don't mean that much to me. I just like marking it. If I have nothing else down, I like something in each of the boxes. Over here, you can see I caught up on a lot of things I needed to buy. I even went to the grocery store 3 times. These 2 stickers actually belong to the 18th. We counted the 17th as vacation day because it took all day to drive 10 hours from where we were in Virginia on the coast all the way to where we live in Kentucky. And boy, we're retired. But that's okay. We're good. We are here. We are home. We are safe. And I am glad we went, and I'm glad we're home. So there we go. I have my notepad here, or notes here, sheet of paper, and we are going to go over all the transactions. I'll tell you what they are. For the most part, I'm going to have to double check what some of these are. I'm going to go and see if I can find the original receipts. I do use the Fetch app. There is a rewards link in where you can get extra points. I think it's 1,000 points this month for signing up for Fetch with my code, and then I get 1,000 points. But if you don't want to, it's fine. I just rely on it mostly for myself. I can average about $100 a year for Fetch. That's what I got last year, hopefully this year too. And I just get Amazon gift cards when they reach $50 and in rewards, and I just put it in there and just spend like normal in Amazon. So there you go. I am going to look back and see what these grocery households are, but all of those are over here on this page, and you're going to see what that is all about. I'm not going to zoom in and out a lot. If you need me to, let me know, but it definitely it messes with the focus. So I'm just going to leave it as is. Now my grocery household is the pink color here that you're going to see. So we're going to start there. The first purchase was $44.02. I know most of this is just grocery household. So what I got here was 2 like Cobb salads that the deli makes. in these to-go containers for my husband, so we wouldn't have to cook anything for lunch, and it would be simple and things like that. We got 2 of those, 2 parfaits, and I got some, I think we got some milk and odds and ends stuff from the grocery store there. And then at the end of the day, I started with the end of the day. The first part of the day, I did spend $51.69, same grocery store, same day. And that one, let's see if I have that one. I had to get some Allegra for my son, so that's not cheap. I got it for $15, which was kind of nice because they had a $5 discount. And then I'm swelling in my ankles a lot, so I got some water pills like Diurex, which is helping me quite a bit. And then eggs, tortillas, snacks, and then a package of chicken. So that's what I got for $51.69, which I've already checked off. And then here at $17.94. Oh, that was nothing but ground beef, and I got 6 1-pound packages of ground beef, and they were $2.99. Now, the fat content percentage was higher than what I normally get. It was a 19%. It was 81.19 if you're trying to get leaner meats, but it was the only ground beef they had in stock, and what I needed a for that night to cook dinner. Because everything I had was still frozen and I didn't have time to thaw it out. So when I saw the sale, I went ahead and stocked up and bought a whole bunch of ground beef, $17 for 6 pounds, or almost $18 for 6 pounds. I thought that was pretty good, at least for our area. We average $5-6 a pound, sometimes $7 a pound for the more leaner 93.7, I think, 7% fat. I don't like a lot of grease and draining off a lot of grease in my ground beef, so I just don't worry about it. I always get the leaner meat, but they didn't have any that day. Like, they had 0. It was very surprising. Then here, I got a few items, snacks, and my husband was out of creamer, which was like $3.85, and then a snack bag of things for the house for $2.69. So that was $5.59, and that's what I bought right there. So that was my grocery household for the week. I didn't have to stock up on too much. I pretty much had what I needed, but I kept going back to the store. And no, I did not check that off, and I did not check that off. There we go. So let's total up what my grocery household was for this week. Okay, so I have $119.24, which is really good because a lot of grocery household, not a lot, but some of it was actually spent on vacation, and I separated my spending based on what day it was and what I considered vacation, what I considered home. So this is what happened after we got home, $119.24. I'm going to leave it at that. And then we had restaurants. So over here we had 2 restaurants. I still wasn't prepared, and my husband and I needed to get lunch, so we went to A&W. He wanted to go there. Not good for retaining water and swelling. Not a good thing. And then, again, we went out that night because I wasn't ready again to cook, Panda Express. So it was both in one night. I regretted it. I really shouldn't have done that, but I did. So now that that's over and I'm on more of a health kick right now because my body's not handling a lot of this eating out, I'm definitely trying to kind of flush all that out and move on to a better, healthier life. So there we go. $24.99 plus $25.71. There we go. $50.70 for restaurants. My kids were tired of eating out as well. They mostly just eat chicken strips when they're out and pizza. So, they really didn't want too much eating out after they got home. So we didn't do that. Okay. Now I have miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Did I not put unbudgeted on here? I did not. Oh, I got to go back and do that. Unbudgeted. There we go. So I'll come back to that in a minute. Miscellaneous. What did we have? the first one we have at the top here is this Michael's. So every year I go to Michael's or wherever I find, wherever you can find photo albums that have the sleeves for 8x10 pockets in it. And I purchased just a black cover Recollections album like that. It has 20 pages where you can put 8x10s in front and back. And the reason I did this is because every time we go to GalaxyCon, we get autographs. And most of those autographs go to my son, and because he's the one buying them. And I wanted to make sure I had an album for him to put it in, because I like having each con in a different album. And this is like our 6th year going. So to say that we enjoy this is an understatement. But 6 years and we're still loving it. It is going to be a little different this year because there is an a writer's strike, and actors are striking with them. And so I don't know what that looks like when we get there. And what they can and can't do, but they're still coming to the con, and I'm really excited about that. Let's see, $49.78. Here it is, Amazon. So I needed some clothes, so I got some tops, three different tops to wear. Summery, something I can wear to church, something casual and comfortable. So I got that. I got $41.85 here. Where's that at? Oh, here it is. Didn't fit. Oh, I need to calculate this. Let's go ahead and total this up. Okay, so the miscellaneous was $150.90. I need to see where I'm at there, because for the month, just to make sure I'm not going over in that category. Next thing I have is gas. So my husband went to Circle K and got gas the other day. It's the only one open like at 5:30 in the morning, and he never wants to get gas on the way home. He does it first thing in the morning on his way to work. So, and he gets up pretty early for work. We have one copay. I had a prescription refilled for me. And then I have the bills that need to be paid, and then one unbudgeted item. So here's the unbudgeted. Sara Marie stickers. She released her, I think it's September. I think it's her September kits. And I went ahead and ordered that and some extra icons and things like that. She is switching her shop around a little bit, where she's only selling like the full sheet page options and not the smaller ones. And she's kind of restructured things. So everything's kind of $5 in her shop, except for like the headers and some of the budget stickers. And so, but her weekly pages and things like that, and decor and all that, she's restructured a lot of that, and it's really cool. But I spent more than I normally would. So now I want to take a look at our bills and check those off. That would be in the front calendar here. I'd used 2 calendars, and I put them in 2 different places in the monthly planner. And so we are talking about this payday to today. When I went online. Now this Vivint hasn't come out. Sometimes it comes out 20th, sometimes the 21st. That's okay. I just want to, and that comes out of our checking account, so that's not a big deal. I need to look at what's highlighted in blue that goes on the credit card, and these are what's going on the credit card. I've already seen the charge for AT&T, our cell phones. That might be going up. I haven't decided if I'm going to get a new phone or not. My battery capacity is dropping pretty fast, and I'm like in 85% or something like that. And then Discovery Plus got charged. And this transaction right here, that's my husband's, $39.17. So all of these got charged to the credit card. I want to pay the credit card the bills, and I want to total up what the spending was. Now, if you have seen my paycheck to paychecks breakdowns, where I keep showing you I'm in negative numbers every week, mainly because I had so many bills up front, and it just wiped out all the spending that I could possibly do. And so when I put everything on a credit card, and I did get a question about this, how can I be negative and still and not get charged interest and all the things like that. The way I do everything is the paycheck gets deposited in the checking account. These are my checking accounts transactions, and I do it by checking account period. So from the 1st through the 13th was the first one. Normally it's only a week, but this was 2 full weeks, which is why I didn't have enough for the first 2 weeks of the month for spending, and all these bills came out, and our mortgage comes out and all that. So it's very heavy bills on the front end of the month. And then the next pay period is the 14th through the 27th. All those will come out. So I just break it down based on that. And then this last payday is going to be the 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. And the third paycheck of every month is always the least amount of bills and the most amount of money that's still there. And I will pay the credit card with the disposable income that I have here and bring it back to zero once for the spending once paycheck 3 happens. I did pay off some of the spending from paycheck 1, or all of the spending of paycheck 1 with paycheck 2 money, just so that was taken care of. And this may still be confusing to you. I do apologize if it is. It's just a little different way that I had to do it. Normally I use the actual cash that's actually in my account. I'm actually using future cash, which is why it's negative, for paycheck 3 in order to take care of all the spending for the entire month. As long as I track it, I'm able to make sure. And I give myself a specific number every month for each spending category, and I track and make sure that those categories, I'm trying to find the monthly, there's a monthly budget. So $1,500 for grocery household for 4 adults, $600 for restaurants because it's summertime, and we might go out more often. Miscellaneous is $600. You want to buy fun stuff or go to fun places. Gasoline in case we're driving, and we are driving a little bit more. Because we got to go be with my husband's father. He's not feeling well, and we're going to help take care of him a little bit. And then copay, I make sure I have enough for that every month for doctor's appointments and all the things, medications, all the stuffs. And then I have all the spending taken care of right here. So that's how I know how much for the month, and then I break it down by the week. And that's where these numbers come. So divided by 5 weeks, and there you go. And I just kind of carry it forward. And because everything's on a holding pattern, not sure where I left off. The camera cut off because of my battery. Been talking a lot, but what I was talking about, I believe, was because of all our spending goes onto the credit card. The credit card has this holding pattern for us until those paychecks come and I can pay them off. I just carefully track it and make sure I pay for it. So now to finish up the weekly check-in before I get into what we spent on vacation. All right, so I had grocery household budget of $263.77 and I only spent $119. That vacation really helped because the vacation money covered a lot of things we were spending from savings instead of our budget here from the monthly, and that's going to help a lot by the end of the month. So that's really good. I'm no longer in the red. Thank goodness. Restaurants, we have $50.70. And that's really good. I probably don't need that much for the rest of the month, but hopefully we can save a good amount of money from there and not have to worry about restaurants this month. Miscellaneous, let's see here. I spent $150. I'm still under budget. I am so excited about that. $150.90. And then I did have one unbudgeted, and it was Sara stickers. I'm going to take that out of the budget. $148. $67. I have several planners that I write in and document and use her sample pages and her what else do I use? All her budget, all these budget stickers that you see here come from Sara Marie Stickers. Scripts are mine, but everything else is hers. And I just love how they look. I really, really do. So let's go ahead and subtract out this. And I just realized I never did the math on the bills, so I'll do that in just a second. Let's see if I can get this without a glare on it. All right. So grocery household has $263.77 minus the $119.24, and that gives us $144.53. All right. Oh, I need to go back and do this. These were paid. I don't think that was paid. Okay. 162.70 minus 50.70. Huh. $112 even. That doesn't happen very often. And then I have 214.21 minus 150.90. 63.31. And then I'm going to put in red. I gotta find my red pen. Hold on. All right, so I have $148.67 that will be paid by the spending. I did go back and do check marks here because I will show you in a second that I already paid all that. So this is checked in. This looks really, really good. I think the budget can handle this $148.67 because I have a lot of positive here. So I think I'm okay there, and I'll check that off when I pay for it. These two I've not paid for. What was 123? That was Buc-ee's. I still hadn't decided whether it was going to stay with the budget or if I was going to use vacation savings, because I bought a gift for my friend and she absolutely loves it, and I can't wait to see them again in August. They're going to travel through, and we're going to be their hotel for one night. So this way they don't have to spend money on a hotel. They're going to stay here one night, and that's going to be awesome. So that is taken care of. Let's go ahead and do the bills. I'm going to move this out of the way for just a second. I went ahead and wrote those down. I need to total that. Let's see here. $261.86 plus $6.99 and plus the $39.17. There we go. And that was $308.02. There we go. So what I did for the first 2 weeks of week 1 and week 2 of the weekly check-in, I did not pay the spending right away. And it was a lot looking at my credit card, all these different charges. Let me open this up for you. So what I did was the first 2 weeks, I did the spending. I put the spending over here so I knew the exact number I needed to pay for the credit card for those 2 weeks. And if I could do it by Paycheck 2, then great. I went ahead and did it. If I couldn't, then I was going to wait. I was able to pay, I got check marks here, the exact spending for week 1 and week 2, all of the spending. I got to double check and make sure Buc-ee's is included in that. I am not sure. I don't think it is, but I'll go back and look at the numbers and see if it is. Now, over here, I need to put the total for spending. So this is Bill's credit card, and then spending. All of these spending I need to put right here. And I will probably get to this Paycheck 3 and pay for it then, but I do want to write it down here. So on the 7/20, which is today, the weekly check-in, I I want to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and do the totals for all of this. So I'm going to total all this on the spending side real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's $516.78 plus the bills. That would be $308.02. That gives us $824.80 total. So what I have to do there is decide, do I want to pay all this now or part of it now and part of it later? I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and pay the bills, and then I will do the spending at the end of the month, because this pretty much matches what we are over for this paycheck period, and so that means I can wait to pay that on paycheck 3, and then whatever happens at the end of paycheck 3, I will close that out at the end of the month. August I will be filming later, so the end of the month results will come in after August, not the last day of July, because I'll be traveling and driving and all the things. So that is that. I'm going to go ahead and put the spending here, and that includes this unbudgeted $516.78. I need to go back and see if that was included or not, and if not, I might make sure I remember to add that to something. So before the end of the month, I'll definitely pay for it. And I just realized I did not set up the budget for next week. If you want to hang in with me a little bit longer, let's go ahead and do that. So $144.53 plus the $300. That gives me grocery household at $444.53. 112 plus 120, and that gives me $232 for restaurants. 63.31 plus 120 for miscellaneous. That is 183.31 and 0 for unbudgeted. Now I am done officially. There you go. So I am set up for next week. I have my numbers and we're ready to go. So who wants to know how much I spent on vacation? It's not in, well, it is in this book, but it's not there. Let's see. I'm just going to pop the page out. It's this page right here. I did a spending tracker for our spending. Just here, this is when Mother's Day weekend we went to the hotel and what we spent that weekend. And I'm going to zoom in so you can see this better. Here we go. And then here I just did a tracking of what we spent. I highlighted what was gas, what was eating out, what was miscellaneous, what was grocery household. I used the wrong highlighter here, so I had to highlight it with the right one. And then the hotel and all that stuff. So I have all this listed again on a notepad, and so we are good to go there. Let's just quickly run through the totals, and this will give you an idea of what we spent. I have the totals of how much we spent here at the hotel and at the what we spent while we were there. The only activity we really did was the zoo, so that was kind of cool. But our grocery household, we have $12.81. A lot of these are gas station snacks or drinks or something along the way. When we stopped and got gas, I also went in and we, did a quick pit stop, got some snacks, and kept on going. It's a 10-hour drive. 432, 1174. This is the first day we were in Virginia. I went to the grocery store and I forgot to bring some drinks that my sons like. And so I ran and got those and something else that I forgot. So I went and picked that up. And then, let's see, going down here, went to Target for something else that I forgot. and things that we wanted. I'm trying to remember what everything I got there. Just convenient stuff. I wanted something to carry the medications me and my husband take while we're out and about, and we weren't going to be back at the hotel where our pill cases were, so I got some containers to do that with, and a couple bucks for that, and a few bucks for, like, my son takes certain supplement we forgot. We forgot a lot of stuff when we got on the road. It's been a while since we traveled. $13.77. My husband wanted to go to Total Wine. He got some kind of lager beer of some sort. I don't drink alcohol, period. I'm not against it. I just don't drink it. I don't like it. And with diabetes, it's not a good idea. And so, it turns straight to sugar, especially for me. So, yeah, that's what that was. He wanted some for the hotel room, and we actually brought it back with us what he didn't finish, and there you go. And we stopped at another truck stop and got gas, and actually we didn't get gas that time. We just stopped for snacks and restrooms. So that was $18.39. And anytime we stop and get snacks or food related or drink related, even if it's a gas station, I call it grocery household because I could have bought it at a grocery store. That's just my mindset on this. So let's go ahead and total this up. Okay, so that was $79.36. Restaurant. So we did nothing but eat out, except for a couple occasions where other people cooked food for us, which was great. I had a lunch date with a friend. She cooked lunch for us, and then I went to a cookout. So our family went to a cookout. It was a lot of fun. But a lot of restaurants along the way. So let's go through the transactions here. Family of 4 at McDonald's is $40.64. We did eat at the zoo, and anytime you go to like a zoo or aquarium or any place for 4 adults, that was $57. We just ate lunch there and said we'll spend a lot and it'll be a one-time thing and we'll be done. We did save money on Papa John's pizza for my sons. $19.69. We didn't have it delivered. I went and picked it up. And then my husband and I went on a date night to Why Not Pizza, and that was $54.48. And then we had Chick-fil-A for my sons. I picked that up for lunch one day, and then that was on Saturday. That was what they ate. And then Sunday after church, we went to Freddy's. It's an old-fashioned store with frozen custard and smashed burgers and all that stuff. It was brand new to the area. It was like right around the corner from where we used to live, and thank goodness we moved because I would be there all the time eating. But Freddy's was $52.15 for the 4 of us, and again 4 adults. And then Chick-fil-A 4 adults was $46.49. With 4 meals, and that was that. And that was the lunch we had on the way home from our travels. So let's go ahead and get that total. Okay, so we spent a whopping $294.32. That's a lot of money for restaurants, but when you divide it by 4 adults, over how many days was that? 4 days of travel, 5 days of travel, the 13th through the 17th. I think that's 5 days. $73.58 a day. I think that's a pretty reasonable per person. Yeah. So it's a lot of money, but it was several days, and it was usually just 1 meal out, not 2 meals. So that was good. And then we had some cookouts and stuff. Miscellaneous, I have $68 here. I have another item I didn't put. Miscellaneous, that was $10.34. Both of these were at the zoo. Is that the only other thing? Yeah, that's the only other thing. So this was the tickets to get into the zoo, and then this was some snacks and stuff while we got while we were there, because it was blazing hot. I mean, just oppressively humid and hot. So 68 plus 10, 34, and that was 78.34. So that was miscellaneous at the zoo, tickets, and what we bought. We didn't even go into gift shopping. Normally we do. I didn't say anything. But hotels. Well, let's do gas and then I'll come back to hotels, because you can tell we spent a lot in hotels. Gasoline, we would top off the tank. That's $28.40 for the first one on our way out of town, right there. And then my husband put $52 in before we got to Virginia, or halfway through Virginia. And then, let's see, we filled up again before we left, and we filled up several times. I was surprised. We filled up after we got to the hotel. That was that one. And then we started driving around and doing things and activities and going to people's houses and stuff. So the next one was the day we left, I think. Is that the one? I think so. The day we left was $43.03. And then when we drove all the way from Virginia to West Virginia, trying to get to Kentucky, we stopped again and got gas. And this one, actually I have these out of order. First we topped off the tank again at $31.32. Then we stopped at this BP halfway through going across, and then stopped at an Exxon and filled up tank one more time. So I would have gas once we're home. So that was a lot of gas that we bought, and traveling through 10-hour drive. Yeah, it was a lot. So let's see how much we actually spent. So okay, we spent $272.47. And that is a good, I think that's pretty good on gas, getting there, back, and driving around where we were at, and making sure we were filled up on the way home. So, because I still have a half tank gas since that trip. And this will give me a good idea of how much gas would be driving to my next destination, Raleigh, North Carolina, and back with my son when we go to GalaxyCon. I initially budgeted $300, and this is pretty close. I don't think it's going to be $300. It might be $200 to $250 because we're not driving around nearly as much there as we are going to be, what we did do when we were in Virginia. So there we go. And let's see what our hotel, as you can see, there's our hotel right there. Make sure I got the right numbers. $1,065.60. We had 2 rooms, identical rooms. My son's got one room. My husband and I got the other. And that gave us the $2,131.20. There we go. That's a lot of money for hotel, but it was worth the air conditioning and the stay, and the beds were great, and everything was great. So we had a good time. I typically stay at Marriott's or Fairfield Inns as much as possible. I used to work at a Fairfield Inn. I think that's why I kind of gravitate to it. And I just, we had, for what time, all we needed was a place to sleep and a place to have breakfast in the morning, and then we were off to our day, and the beds were comfortable and everything was clean. I was happy with that. I didn't need any extras. I didn't need pool, gym. I don't really care about that. Didn't even really need Wi-Fi because I didn't use it very much. So there you go. Now, if I total all this together, let's see what we get. This is everything we spent that entire time. So this vacation was $2,855.59 total. And broken down, $724.49 of that was all the spending categories, and then this is the hotel. So that gives you an idea of what we spent day to day and what we spent on the type of room we had. And it's hard to get a hotel price that good for near a beach or a resort area, which is where we were, kind of outside Virginia Beach. So if I'm not mistaken, divided by, let's see, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 4 nights. It was $266.40 a night. And that's pretty good, considering sometimes they're $300 or more a night, depending on events. And even though this was not on the beach or in the coast, or in Virginia Beach, near the tourist areas, this is pretty close to it, and it's within 20-30 minute driving distance, depending on traffic. Even though we didn't go to the beach, we didn't want to. We want to see our church family and friends, and that was what we did. And that's for per night, for one room. So yeah, I can see how the money added up really quick, but I am glad I've seen higher prices than this per night in the same area. So that's really good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and I will still be filming and doing videos. I am going to take a week off here the last week of August just because I'm traveling, but go ahead and hit that notification bell so when I come back, you can see what we spent and what kind of fun we had, and our next adventure at GalaxyCon, and what the budget looks like, and what my husband spent while I was gone. That's going to be interesting because that's what the next weekly check-in is. So I hope to see you there. I hope you have an amazing and blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.
We could do this right, we'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your